Out the NEXC 24-hour challenge of 2025, we got some really great head-to-head testing in of the KBN Xplorer 01 versus MXE-24. When we first began developing the KBN tires, we actually started off with the Xplorer and brought it to the 24-hour challenge of 2024. So really great feedback on a similar course to continue the testing, and now with the addition of the MXE. So similar to last year, it's a very fast open course with some really sweet grass track sections, loose shale, exposed roots, and the addition of some real slick mud from the rain that we just got. So makes it really great for the testing, makes it a little tough for the racing, but it's still fun. The Xplorer 01 is a semi-gummy on a super soft carcass. We run a tightly spaced tall knob with the addition of a water group in the top of all the knobs. So you really start to notice that when you get into those rivers, there's somewhere for the water to go, gets out from between the rock and the rubber, and maintains really good traction. But then when you get out of those rivers, up into the loamy soils with the spider webs roots on a side hill, the tightly spaced knobs really act similar to a trials tire and maintain really good side hill stability. You won't have it washing out on you through those roots, and you can feel really confident about it. But then when you get up into the grass tracks, since it's a semi-gummy, it's going to maintain really good stability at speed and better cornering stability on the hard pack. The water groove isn't just adding to help with water, it's actually there to help add to the contact patch. So it's going to help you out on that hard pack, and it's going to help out once you get back into the rocks. As well as these tall sidewalls, so it will flex really well over the chunky stuff, over the baby heads, the roots, all those sharp edges, and it just hooks up really sweet. The only spot where I'd say the Xplorer can start to struggle is when you get into a bunch of sticky mud. Since it is a tightly spaced tread, it does take some effort to keep enough wheel speed to clear the mud out of it. So that's why we actually came with the MXE-24 and brought it with us this year. The MXE is a slightly stiffer durometer. We run a thicker, stiffer sidewall for better cornering stability and traction through the mud. But then it has a soft center carcass. So what that does for you is when you hit those rocks, the roots, any sharp edges, the carcass just wraps around and digs the tread right into whatever you're going through. It is a stiffer compound that is generally geared to soft, loose terrain, and that is what it will clear out the best. But since the carcass flexes so well, it's going to hook up really good on those smaller rocks and roots. For me, I was running the MXE for the bulk of the race, and even on the shale and the hard sections, the hard pack, it was working great. I was able to spin the tire, but it would track really well. So even with that wheel spin, it would just track in a straight line. It was very easy to keep the mud clear. I just didn't have to think about the tire, so that was a big relief. I did get a flat partway through the race after one of the laps, and I had to swap out with my brother, grabbed his bike. He had the Xplorer on there, which is my general go-to tire. So the Xplorer felt really good on the grass track, especially the harder dry corners. It ate up the shale like nothing else. But when I was getting into the mud, it was still doing really well. But I'd gotten so used to be able to maintain the amount of wheel speed that I was doing on the MXE. I wasn't quite used to it. Also not quite used to riding his bike. That was my first time on his bike. But I would say that the Xplorer holds really good corner stability, so when you start to spin the tire, it's going to maintain really good stability through that corner, whereas the MXE is going to maintain really good stability when you're spinning the tire through kind of more of a straight. It's going to clear the mud much better in those areas, and it's going to track really nice and straight. So come on by, check out the tires. We're going to be up at the Netra Noble Woods Enduro this weekend. Grab a couple stickers, check out the tires, say hi. We'll see you out there.